out fishing the other day. We finally caught some of these most elusive of fish this year, some mackerel. We've got a couple of really nice ones here, and I'm going to treat them in a couple of ways. I'm going to do hot smoked mackerel. So here I've got my mackerel on my board, and I've got a nice sharp filleting knife, and I'll be using that. The other thing I've got, if we just move those out of the way, is my bowl. What I'm going to do is, this is what I'm going to brine them in. I'm going to put them into a fairly strong brine because I don't want to leave them too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in quite a lot of salt to start with, and then I'm only going to use a little bit of water. I can always top it up some more. So what I'm going to do is put that in. This is cold water. I know it's out of the kettle, but it's still cold water. Don't want it warm, so it's just there, so that we've got a little bit of water in there just to. So I'll put that to one side, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fillet my mackerel, then I'll put it in there and I'll leave it to soak in there for probably about an hour, but it depends. I just want the flesh to firm up a little bit, so that when it cooks it just stays together really nicely. So that's my brine. So let's move that out of the way, and then let's bring the fish in. And just the way I do this, I've got my homemade board here. It's just a bit of plank. Attach my fish on there. They're already been cleaned and gutted. I've taken out the gills and the kidney line on the backbone. If you do those straight away, they tend to keep a bit better, and it also doesn't affect the flavour. So what we've got here is we've got the nice sharp knife. Just being behind the pectoral fin, just make a cut straight through down to the spine, and then along the spine, keeping it level with the spine, along it goes, and off we come. Now there's a beautiful fillet of mackerel, which can go straight into the brine. So that's the last of the mackerel fillets. I'm saving these ones. Some nice ones there. Right, so what we got, here's all our nice mackerel fillets that are all sitting in the water with the salt in it. Okay, that will get to those. I'm just going to add a little bit more water to make sure they're covered. So we're going to set those aside for about an hour, and then we'll come back and have a look at those when they're done. What I've got now is I'm just going to put some paper towel on here, because I'm going to now actually take the mackerel out of the brine, pat it dry, and set it up into the smoker. So if we just get these out, flesh has firmed up quite nicely. Just lay it on there. Let's get a couple at a time. Get rid of all the liquid, and then just fold it over, pat them dry. Okay, see all the bones and things. You can take them out. Once the rest of them are done, I'll show you the setup on the smoker. So this is my smoker. I don't remember which one it is, but basically it's got a part that you can open to ventilate it at the top, and you take the lid off, and what we have is the drip tray, and then we've got a double layer. So I have just a bag, so it's oak. Got this off the internet, and I use it quite a lot for smoking fish. It's really nice. So I don't like too much smoke, so probably about a handful like that. I'll sprinkle that on the bottom for the first one, and then a second handful again, because I've got two layers going in, and that should do the job for me. I don't like too much. Then I put the drip tray in, and then we've got the base tray, and then we'll start to stack that up. So what I do is I take my piece of mackerel and lay it in. Take my next piece of mackerel, lay it in. So I'm laying it so that we get all the fillets in, so we get the best use of the smoker. The mackerel's firmed up really nicely actually. It's just about perfect now, I think. The flesh is it's lost a lot of the excess water. Okay, so that's enough on the bottom deck, so you can see that they're there on the bottom deck. and then we'll put some more on the top deck just to finish those. You can see that it's laid out, all laid out down inside, and the smoke. So what we'll do is set up now to cook that lot. I want that to cook for about 15 minutes. Right, so we'll just close that up. Let's put the lid on carefully, and then these clips come up to hold it down. Right, so we take these tops off, and I've got some methylated spirits. It's a little bit of a guessing game, this. I don't like to fill them up. I like it's about half full, so it's just starting to show on the top of the pad. It's down inside. That should do it for about 15 minutes. Okay, get it going. Yeah, it's going nicely, nice and warm. So take this and put that on top, and then we just leave that now 15 minutes so that the mackerel cooks through, but it's not cooked to death, so it's not completely, it goes hard. We want it just a little bit soft, or I like it like that. Oh, you can see the flame going nicely now underneath. Just like to check it. You can see that it's going really well. Oh yeah, you can see the smoke now coming up. Let's leave that closed for a bit. Keep all that lovely flavour in there. Okay, we'll try that again later. Bring that clip. And there we go. Look at that. That looks absolutely delicious. It's got a lovely oaky colour. Oh, and it's still soft. Just perfect. That's fantastic. Oh, I don't think I can wait for this. We're going to have to try a bit. Oh, I have to break a bit off. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's just try that. Oh, that is delicious. That is just perfect. It's got that lovely salt because I didn't wash it all off. It's not too much because I cleaned it, but it's just delicious, and it's got that lovely oaky flavour, smoke flavour coming through. Oh, that's perfect. Wonderful. So what we'll do, now is we'll take that out and we'll put those on the plate. Look at the colour on the back of there as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right. What I'll do with this now is I'll put some of it into packets and I'll freeze it. Some I'm going to make into smoked mackerel pate, bit of lime juice, bit of creme fraiche, a little bit of chili powder. Delicious. Otherwise, breakfast, maybe with a poached egg and on toast. Fantastic. Wonderful. That's absolutely marvellous.